Howdy, Signing Sheriff here. If you notice the background, we've moved to a different hotel for reasons I'm not going to explain. But I wanted to, I wanted to give you guys I guess you could call it a sneak peek of what's soon going to happen, because I had a kind of not so preferable situation happen that made me realize that I needed to adjust. So, I don't think that I explained in any of my previous videos, mostly because I've been in pain recently, so I haven't been making many videos. But I went to a swimming pool with Leslie, who's over there on a bed. But for the first time, excuse me, for the first time in my life, I went swimming without a swim shirt. So, there's a few things I found out the hard way. First one is always check the size of your swim clothing. The first swim shorts that I bought myself, I found out later that they were a boy's size XL. So when I attempted to myself in, and yes, before somebody comments about it, which you still can if you want, but before somebody comments about it, yes, I am crouching. But anyway, so I had to buy myself a new pair of shorts. But something that I've always thought is because I'm half white and half black, that I was not capable of becoming sunburned. Well, I found out I can. I still have a sunburn on my shoulders, both sides, and a little bit going straight down. Well, in my defense, I never have needed to use sunblock. So that idea never popped into my head. But the potentially good thing about this situation is that if I could remember where I put my vest, It's probably still in the bathroom, but I don't know for sure. But you guys are probably very familiar with my NAA mini revolver that I tend to have in my vest pocket. Well, when you're dressed like this, normal belt, then this, how exactly do I use my vest? Especially because I was using no vest because my shoulders were hurting. Well, that's what I'm going to explain. So there's a few things that I did. Obviously, first is I started using a belt again, not my suspenders. I do plan to use my suspenders again when I heal, because they just feel more natural. But the other thing that I did, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to show this well. I'm now carrying a 22 LR Derringer, which I think I've showed you before. So this started as my dad's gun, but there was two problems that I had with giving him that. First one, this little thingy. Obviously, that's the extractor, or I can't think of how to spell it. So, word on the screen again. So, what that's designed to do, obviously it can't fire because it's open. When the ammo is in, you push it. You can do things like that. But when Dad, Gil, call him either one, when he and I went to the gun range and tested this, I found out very quickly that that little push thing was hard to force to do its job. I had to get a 3-in-1 lube. This cleans, lubes, and preserves. And now don't drop your gun. So now it I feel like that's a okay gun to use now. Before, no, because you couldn't reload if you needed to. Now, okay. But the other thing that I did recently that makes a big difference, and I can't really show it very good, so this. Now, if you've watched my videos before, faithfully before, whichever one, you know how I prefer my holster in the cowboy style. This I can take this off if I wanted. Now, obviously, I don't want to. This thing is trying to hurt me. But what I did is I ordered a tiny little holster that's almost exactly the same thing as this, but sized for my NAA. So now I'm going to add that to here. So I'll have the normal sized revolver and a tiny one. So that way, if I want, I can have the Derringer hidden there, or I can put the Derringer in my vest pocket, or even here. Just depends on what I want to do. That way I have my backup gun. Doesn't even matter what type of clothing I'm using at that moment. But the big obvious difference is that I traded guns. This, and obviously, this one is 22 LR. I traded and gave my dad the 32 ACP because it's more reliable. It's a center fire ammo, so it's more dependable. This 22 LR, I feel comfortable using that, so this is better for me. But I'll give you more updates, more information as things happen. So I will see you in the next video, and happy trails.